I bet you're wondering why we're running here. Well, let me tell you, it's because America runs on Dunkin. That's right. Today we're going to be reviewing something from Dunkin, formerly known as Dunkin' Donuts. But before we get into what it is that we're going to be covering, let's go ahead and learn just a wee little bit about Dunkin' and where they came from. So originally, Dunkin', not really called Dunkin'. It was called Open Kendall, and it was founded in 1943 by William Rosenberg, and later franchised out in 1955 as Dunkin' Donuts. With that, there was some early strife, some turmoil between himself and his brother-in-law named Harry. Harry had an investment in the Dunkin' franchises, but he broke his partnership off and went ahead and started up a rival donut company called Mr. Donut. Now, obviously, everybody knows about Dunkin'. What happened to Mr. Donut? Well, let me tell you. In the United States, there's one left, and it is in Illinois, in a small city. I don't know actually how big or small the city is, but it's in Godfrey, Illinois. Is the last one in the United States. You can find them in Japan still, because in 1983, a Japanese company bought the rights to basically all of it. But if you want the competitor to Dunkin', Mr. Donut, you've got to fly overseas. So Dunkin' 1, Mr. Donut 0, in the US at least. You could say he was dunked on. 2017, we dropped the donuts. It is just Dunkin'. Now, why would they go ahead and do that? It was actually because they wanted to make people realize that they weren't just a early morning stop, that you could go there at any time of the day and get your coffee or donuts. They actually took the time back in 2017 to test it out in Pasadena, California, and it got decent reviews. So they went ahead and went forth and dropped the donuts out of it. I think it was probably a little bit to also compete with Starbucks, who was probably at that time just crushing and lambasting them. People like their Starbucks. But you know who does like Dunkin' an awful lot? The South Koreans. They have a very strong foothold over there, including some amazing different donut types that you can't find over here in the States, such as red bean donut, black rice donuts, jalapeno sausage donuts. Those all sound pretty unique. So I don't know, put it in the comments. Is that something that you'd be willing to try? A jalapeno sausage donut? Not like a wrap. So we're talking ground up sausage inside of the donut with some jalapenos on top. Sounds interesting. So let me know. And then lastly, as I said, America runs on Dunkin', as I came, putting a clinic on, running back and forth. That actually came about in 2006. It's actually, 16 years ago? Because it was April 10th, 2006, they introduced America runs on Dunkin'. So, I don't know. Do you run on Dunkin'? I do prefer it over Starbucks myself, but I'm not huge on going out and getting, the expensive coffees. But, so after all that, now, what are we reviewing from Dunkin'? It's not the donuts. It's not the coffee per se, but it is these jelly beans. Iced coffee flavored jelly beans by Dunkin'. Now they come in 5 different flavors. There's the toasted coconut, which to give a little bit there. Let's see if I can't get a good hold on it for you. Nice rich color on that. Now that's that toasted coconut. They have the caramel latte. There, got the oranges hue to it. Butter pecan. Or pecan, how do you use that? I say pecan. I'm bougie like that. there. It's got the yellowish little freckles on there, if you can't tell. Another one with some freckles on it is the French vanilla. Those you can see much better. And rounding it out, one of my favorite type of coffee flavors, hazelnut. It's got that nice light brown color to it. So those are the 5 flavors. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and try those, and then we'll give an overall review. You know, I figured it's a good time to do some jelly beans with Easter only being a couple of weeks away. So maybe go out, check these out. You can pretty much find them at any CVS, Walmart, Target, pretty much every retailer or chain. So we're going to start with that toasted coconut. I like to go with 2, get one on each side, get that full flavor. This one has a nice, like a smooth coffee flavor to it, not like overpowering. And the coconut really mixes in well. That was a nice flavor. I was really worried it was going to be like an overpowering coffee taste. All right, let's try the caramel latte. So this one I'm getting the caramel flavors, but not so much like the latte or the milky flavor that you would get with it. A little bit less on that one. All right, butter pecans. It's got a buttery flavor. Not until the very end do you get like that like pecanish flavoring. So started off not great, had a nice little finish to it though. All right. Now we're gonna go with the French vanilla. Immediately you're hit with that vanilla. It's nice. It's very vanilla-y flavor. Not so much of like the milkiness of it that you would get with like a French vanilla, but it's good. And lastly, hazelnut, because hazelnut is my favorite coffee. That was by far the worst one. Not bad. You know, it started off promising, like you got a little bit of the hazelnut flavor, but it just kind of like petered out immediately. So that was a little disappointing. So overall, out of the 5 of them, I would say the toasted coconut was the best one. But I'm going to give them an overall score together, and it's going to be 81. So if you like coffee flavors and you like jelly beans, this is a good mashup. So I would recommend this one. Go ahead and give it a try. If for some reason somebody from Dunkin is watching, I'm going to make a quick plea to you. There is a donut that you guys have called a butternut donut. Now, it used to be standard on the menu. It has been removed from the standard menu. I can still get them if I go in the day before, request them, but you got to buy 12. I know I look like I could eat 12 donuts. I don't want to eat 12 donuts though. I just want one. Bring them back. Bring them back. You know, America runs on Dunkin' and the butternut donut as well. So thank you for taking the time this morning. And I'm going to continue running on Dunkin'.